Good morning and welcome to my very sunny corner. It's like biblical out there. That's like the one downside about this. It's like a perk and a downside is it gets so much light, but then it gets so much light. I was doing my makeup here yesterday and the struggle was in fact very real. But we are here now. It is like 20 to 9. The people coming to the floors are supposed to come between 9 and 10. I don't know if I want them to come later or earlier. I haven't decided. I've peed once. Hopefully that'll be enough. I was gonna have a breakfast drink. I asked Wesley to get milk and he said, yes ma'am, I got it. He did not get milk and I was like, maybe we have enough. We did not have enough. So I guess I'm doing a protein shake for that. Like, I'm starving, but I cannot eat first thing in the morning, so I guess that's what we're doing. Probably be good for the muscles, one would guess. But anyways, I downloaded, if you watched the last vlog, which like would have been like a week ago, assuming I've got them all edited, I did download Akatar, so I could what am I doing? Help. I downloaded Akatar because I'm like, I don't have a book to listen to. So we're gonna listen to that today, I guess. I'm really tired. I could not get to sleep last night. Like, no matter, I just couldn't. I could not. I laid there, I flipped and I flopped, I flipped and I flopped. I couldn't get comfy. So there's a very good chance I'm gonna cancel stream tonight and move the game from tonight to Friday, which is why I do like to keep a day free where I don't have a game scheduled just in case something comes up. Or it's like two-part. I don't like to cancel streams, so it's not like the main reason, but it's a perk. And then the other thing is if I suddenly get offered like a game key, I can work it. But yeah, anyways, this is gonna be the first project today. It is a book holder, a quilted book pouch with the ribbon. I've made a few, and then I'm making one of these in the matching fabric, except I realized the whale's gonna be upside down, but you know what? He's diving. It's either upside down whale or just flowers, and I think upside down whale is more fun. I didn't, because I'm almost out of this fabric, there wasn't really a good choice. I thought when I cut it, it would be perfect, and then I realized, but you know, it's fine. It's fine. But I just cleaned off the table behind me, and cleaned it off, wiped it, all that jazz, so it will be clean to put fabric on and whatnot. So I'm gonna move my cutting mats over there because the plan is this, then gi patches, then other gi hemming, and then cutting some fabric for scrunchies for Wesley's mom because she's been asking about like the larger ones that I make, like this size. She's been asking about some, so I was like, I got you. She's like, I'll pay you. I'm like, you really don't have to, but anyways, I'm gonna and I'm gonna vibe until I get enough energy to move the things and start the things. Already upside down whale, which I think is kind of just funny. It looks like he's swimming down, it's fine, is done. I also like the edges on this one better than the last ones I did, so we're getting better. And then I am obsessed with this. I want it. I know I said I didn't have a ton of fabric left, but the reality is I didn't have a ton of fabric this length because, or like that would work for this because I didn't want to like cut into the bigger swath, because I did in fact think that I might want one of these for myself. I might make my Kindle case that size because how many book pouches does one person need? Okay, so those are done. I'm currently, you can't see, but I'm currently pinning the gi. It is 10:30 and the flooring people are not here. They were supposed to be here between 9 and 10. Awesome. The patches are sewn on. That took forever because I hand sewed it. I probably could have done the chest one on my machine, but I started with that one. I was like, that sucked. Can I do the other ones with the machine? And no. And now we're on to the gi. So the day that we got it, I just kind of pinned it up and sewed it because we weren't sure if we could cut it. We can cut it. and it is a little long, so I think what I'm going to do is I think I'm just going to cut it right at the bottom here and then fold up from there, and I think that'll be the perfect length. It'll be like a little bit short, but I think it's better a little bit short because it's not like he's going to fancy events and needs it to hit perfectly, you know? Also, I'm on chapter 9 of A Court of Thorns and Roses, and so far I'm enjoying it. I'm so exhausted. It is 11:30 and they are still not here.
Oh, don't you wanna get cozy? We'll sail across an ocean of sheets. Da, 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 da. Don't you wanna get cozy with me?
Update, it is 12:30 and they are still not here. The pants are now pinned, but I was hungry, so we're cooking this. It's just bacon and onions and potato fried up together. Also, we got new frying pans and pots and pans, so I've been working on that. Emptied and refilled the dishwasher. These need to be washed. Yeah, but if you're curious, like, so many times in this process, they came on a day that we didn't expect them to come, or they came last minute, and so I'm like, is that what happened here? Because super annoying, because we've definitely, like, put our lives, you know, I changed my entire day to accommodate them being here, and they are not here, and I'm salty about it, but it's fine. I'm gonna make my food, and then find somewhere to eat, because obviously I got a lot of cramp going on over here. But yeah, just want to do the update. Pants are done, and guess what? So I decided that I want to eat because I was hungry, and like the second my food finished cooking and I was about to sit down, I was about to sit down, I thought I heard something, I look, and they were here. This was 12:30. They were supposed to be here between 9 and 10. So I let them in, tell them like the kitchen door makes more sense, blah, blah, blah. They come in, and then I can hear them talking. And I'm like, oh, that doesn't sound great. So I guess because they had to remove the toilet, but I guess the toilet valve is just spouting water, and they just do floors and they don't feel comfortable taking off toilets. And so they just reconnected it and left. We still have no floor, and they got water everywhere, so now we got the fan on again. To this day. And then I was taking out the cardboard and I cut my finger. But yeah, at least I'm not gonna be bleeding all over the white key. So there's that. Now I think I'm gonna try to find something else to do. I'm thinking maybe doing some scrunchies. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just over it. You wouldn't think like not having a functional bathroom would be just so defeating, but it's been weeks. So yeah, anyways, I'm gonna cancel stream tonight because I'm just so exhausted and I'm grumpy. So, you know, that's how it's gonna be, and then maybe we'll do some sewing for the whole day or something. I started working on a pile of scrunchies from like a couple years ago that I just gave up on, but I think I'm also gonna give up on being conscious for a bit because I am gassed. I canceled stream. I'm just tidying this up so that it's like, you know, usable, and I think I'm gonna try to have a nap because that'll probably be good, right? Welcome to chaos. We finally did it. I finally fixed the back of this, and I'm slowly working through putting things out. So I think this is gonna be to be read, but it might need to be that one and that one, but we will see. And then this is fiction, and then I don't even know. I'd like to have the nonfiction separate, but like I just don't know if I have space. Also, I have like graphic novels and stuff, but it's coming along. Alrighty, it's getting better over there. This Still bad, but getting better. And then this is more organized, so I want to start being creative in other ways again, including writing. So I've got all my like current things here, like my 2 novels that I've written, the planning guides for those, and a bunch of the notebooks. I got more notebooks up there. I'm getting really tired. I'm really hungry. I got my Japanese stuff here, and then just random stuff. I moved that over because it's going to look cuter having my postcards and stuff here than what I did have there. But it's coming along. We're almost there. I think I am going to take a break to make something to eat, though, because, like I said, I'm starving. And then we'll get back at this. But I just want to lay down on that bed. But we're not quite there. Alrighty, my body is definitely hurting. I was gonna do the laundry, but, like, fold it and maybe put it away, but that's not the case. We've got that bookshelf done. We've got this bookshelf done. Looking all cutesy with all the things and stuff. They get uglier as you go down, both over here and over there. But it's fine. It's like 20 to 1 now. I've just been vibing. I got to chapter... What chapter? That's not what I'm looking for. Got to chapter 25 in A Court of Thorn and Roses. I'm enjoying it so far. Obviously I won't be able to get through it as quickly if I was reading it myself, so that was nice. Tomorrow I think I'm going to try to do some more sewing is the plan. I don't think they're coming back tomorrow for the flooring, so... Oh yeah, I also put this here, which will be nice, because normally I've been just throwing them on the ground. I'm like almost halfway through of Mice and Men. I'm like, I gotta finish this by Wednesday so my library guy isn't disappointed with me. I don't think he would be, but like in my head I'm like, God. But yeah, I'm really excited. I've got some good books on here. I know I did a haul recently, but then there's also The Uglies, which is my friend Jessica's book that she sent to me forever ago. I sent her the 3rd book in this series, in the Goddess Test series. Still have never gotten it back. I own it on audiobook. Armada, which is the sequel, or not the sequel, it's by the person who wrote Ready Player One. I haven't read it because I heard it isn't as good as Ready Player One, so then I just didn't. These Violet Delights, I got it like within the last like 5 years, I would say. Never read it. Same with The Shadows Between Us. Valkyrie Rising, I've probably had for as long as I've had these two. And then I think the other, Nelson Mandela Long Walk to Freedom. There's a bookmark in there saying that I have read quite a bit of it. I think it's a lie. I also have Between Shades of Grey by Ruta Sepetipita. Yep, that's how you say it. We Hunt the Flame and We Free the Stars. I was so jazzed about this book that I bought them both at the same time. It's been a struggle. Also have The Inlet, a memoir of a modern pioneer by Helen Piddington. She lived up near where I worked in Blind Channel. And I knew her husband, like I saw him often. So I got this book. It's out of print. It's hard to get, but yeah, haven't finished that. And then the other one that I have that I brought with me. Oh wait, I see another one. Anyways, Totem Poles and Tea. It's about, I believe if I recall, it's like a nurse going up and working in an Indigenous community, like super remote, on the coast of BC. Don't mind me, books. You know, one thing I'll say is getting all these books here is just like, it's making me so happy. It's making me want to read books more. I've made a mess. There's a bookmark in that one. Okay, there we go. And then the other one that I have is Doppler, which I don't know what it's about, but I've had it for a long time. But obviously I was into it at one point. Everything else is newer. So I don't know how I'm gonna figure out what I want to read quicker. Like, I don't know if I want to go like shorter books first. This is something a friend of mine made me, or what. I also have, oh my goodness, I got, wait guys, okay, I did this twice. Am I gonna be able to get that back in there? Hopefully. I got this from the library bookstore that I volunteered at the other day, and then when I was pulling out my books and moving them, whoops, a friend of mine got this for me. He also got me, oh my god, this book, The Complete Guide to Middle-earth, and then the new Tolkien companion, because we talk a lot of Lord of the Rings. I'm pretty sure that he probably got me Lord of the Rings too, unless somebody else in my life got it for me. It was actually someone that I met. I worked with him in the cafeteria at university, or not, one of the cafeteria places. Loved working with him. Such a wonderful gentleman. We talked reading and literature and stuff all the time. But no, I'm like really excited to read again, which is so exciting because it's been so long. So like, maybe we talk more about books. I did show this book earlier, which is the first book that ever made me cry. And then by the same author, Christopher Pike, we have The Last Vampire series. Check that out. That was like the first book I ever read about vampires. And, so I was like, that's like my metric. That's what vampires is to me. I'm also realizing, I talked about George Orwell's Down and Out in London and Paris. Paris and London? I can never remember which way. I don't have it. I think I lent it to someone and never got it back. Devastating. This was also a really good book, Moonglass by Jessie Kirby. I actually got it on like clearance. Also made me cry. So that's fantastic. This series, honestly, fantastic. Ashfall by Mike Mullen, Ash and Winter and Sunrise. I think there's also a novella. It's about like if the super volcano at Yellowstone National Park exploded and kind of what the world, specifically the area around that and in the States, would look like afterwards. Up until that point, I mean, barring obviously like Lord of the Rings, I hadn't really read a lot of books with a male protagonist, but it was so well written. I would like be sitting outside of work waiting to go in. I remember distinctly, it was like a weekend. We opened up a little bit later, so I was sitting on the bench outside of work, reading this, waiting to go into work. And the imagery is so good. Like, I remember, like, looking up and being like, oh, it's a sunny day. It's not like an ash-filled sky. Really good. Thoroughly enjoyed that one. Highly recommend that. The only reason that I even knew that book existed was because the author followed me on Twitter forever ago, and then I happened to be in chapters, and I saw it. I was like, wait a minute. And I read it. I was like, that's so good. And I kept reading it. And then the last book I'm going to talk about is Battle Royale by Koshun Takami. So freaking good. Gruesome. If you liked Hunger Games, highly recommend it. If you enjoyed Hunger Games but wanted a little bit more, highly recommend it. I'm really grateful that I read Hunger Games first, because dang, that was real good. It's real gruesome though. I remember at one point being like, so it is a little bit more gruesome, in my opinion at least, than Hunger Games. So just a heads up on that. Also, I know I said this is the last book, but oh my god, my legs are gonna hurt tomorrow. Did I haul this? Oh, I don't think I hauled this because this is one of the newer ones that I got last week. I got Of Mice and Men and The Count of Monte Cristo, and one about this guy who takes an adventure along this river that like separates China and Russia, and his story, which was really good. What was the other one that I got? I got 5 books that day. Don't remember, but this is the other book I got. It's called The Embroidered Book by Kate Hartfield, and it's really interesting. So it's like Princess Charlotte and her sister Marie Antoinette. They found a magic, like, spell book that was their governesses when they were younger. And so they start to learn how to do spells. And then it's basically like they were really close, and then they, like, create this rivalry, and then it's their spells that cause Europe to go into revolution and stuff. And I've only read, I think I'm only on the second chapter, but and it's like, it's a beefy boy, right? It's like 658. But I'm here for it. It's so funny though, because I saw it said the embroidered book. I'm like, I like embroidery, and it wasn't what I was expecting, but I do like history too, and it's a history retelling, obviously. So yeah, I want to read more of this, but you know, it's probably gonna have to make its way into the bed to get more reading. And then I got in my cute little pouch that I made. So, yes. All very exciting things. Like I said, I'm getting so excited to read again and to enjoy books and just to do other things. I'm feeling like life is becoming a little bit more well-rounded for me. So, like, we've been going to the gym. I've been reading more. I've been crafting more. And then, of course, stream stuff and whatnot. But yeah, that's where we're at. Anyways, I feel like I've rambled a lot. I'm going to fix this hair because I'm pretty sure I might have slept in this hair, or I put it up as soon as I got up, and it is a mess, as you can see. Let's see. It's going to be worse, right? Ouch, ouch, ouch. Ugh. It smells real good, though. Thank God I just showered the other day because of the bathroom situation, and now the bathtub's a disaster again. And I don't want to wash it again until I can, Oh, I also found, I'm missing my, like, silicone engagement ring, but I did find the wedding band thingies, because when I go to the gym, I don't like to wear my ring if I can avoid it. Anyway, okay, I'm gonna sleep. Well, no, I'm gonna get into bed, and I'm going to try to finish with Mice and Men, maybe? I don't know, it's not a hard read by any means. It's a relatively quick read. I think it's just over 100 pages for the whole thing, but there's definitely some hard language and I'm pretty sure I can see where things are going. And I'm like, have I read of Mice and Men, or is it just so, like, deeply instilled within pop culture that I just know all the things? Oh my goodness, wait, okay. Oh my god, I can't stop talking. I picked up Schindler's List from the book event because I was like, oh god, I'm gonna fall over. Oh god, no, okay, we're fine. Because I was like, oh, I don't know if I have my copy anymore, because I originally, the first time I read it, the copy, it had like the black cover on it. I can't remember if I owned it or if I borrowed somebody's copy, and I'm like, I don't think I have that anymore. So I got this, and I'm not gonna pull it out. But when I was moving my books, I did in fact find my copy, which is the exact same version. Great freaking book, though. I highly recommend reading. It's difficult, again, also, like, it's not a fun read, but I enjoyed it. I'm just realizing, I feel like I'm missing some books. I did get rid of a lot of books, but I feel like I'm missing some, because I don't think I would have given away my copy of Shake Hands with the Devil, which is a fantastic book. Again, if you want to read books about genocide, that's a good one. This is a good one. I also have Wallenberg, which is kind of like a similar story to that one, to Schindler's List. And then I also have, this one's more of a fiction. It's stories from Rwanda after looking back on the genocide. We wish to inform you that tomorrow we'll be killed with our families. We actually have this book in the bookstore, and so I was like, oh, I think I read that. Yeah, anyways. I need to put this back in now, and that's not going to be easy. Oh, and then there's also Night, which is about concentration camp, Auschwitz, I believe. And then, is there a theme? I don't know, guys. Give me a sec. I'm gonna stop talking, guys. Look at all these books. We have Mouse and Mouse 2, which are graphic novels about the Holocaust. If I recall correctly, it's either about the author's I think it's the author's grandparents' time in concentration camps, but I could be wrong. Or it's about his parents. And then De Gratias, which is also a graphic novel about the Rwandan genocide. I just find, okay, like, It's really hard to have this conversation because if you say, I think genocides are interesting, people go, do you now? But it's more so of, I find the human psychology behind the act of genocide fascinating. I actually, in university, I wrote a paper comparing and contrasting like the modernization techniques used in the Holocaust versus the very brutal, in your face kind of way that it was done in Rwanda. So yeah, I find it fascinating. Anyways, now on that very happy note, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna get myself in bed. I think I might try to finish reading Of Mice and Men, or I've got not manacled, alchemized. It's such a slow start though, so I don't know. Oh god, you know what? I should probably move this hammer. Or Wesley's gonna be like, what the heck? You know, I'm gonna leave it. But I'm just trying to decide what I want to read. I started reading the graphic novel Lightfall when I was like really sick a couple months ago to be honest, and I loved it so much and I want to keep getting through it, but I'm like, I feel like Of Mice and Men, or maybe we just go to sleep. I don't know. I gotta make that decision, and the only way I can do that is if I stop. So, oh my god, I've been talking for 15 minutes. Oh my god. Oh no. Okay, well, thanks for watching. I'll see you the next one. Bye!
A winter makes me sad.